The cast, Mike Jones, a junior in high school and the hero of our story. A short time ago, Mike went on an incredible journey. It began as a vacation to the South Seas. And it became a big adventure. Mike managed to save his uncle and 7 space children from evil aliens. A few months have passed. Mike is now in school, and everything seems to be back to normal. Dr. Jones, Mike's uncle and a famous scientist. Dr. J found the escape pod of the 7 space children while he was exploring some lost ruins in the South Seas. He's now at his stateside lab, trying to decode the strange cipher which he found on the escape pod. Once he does decode the cipher, our hero, Mike, could likely find himself in the midst of another adventure. Mika, the oldest of the space children. Mika is the daughter of Hirokon, the leader of Argonia. Mika and the others were sent away by Hirokon to escape Zoda. She has the leadership qualities of her father, as well as some newly discovered powers of a mystical nature. As Mike is sent on his new journey, it is Mika who will send him important information from home. Kind of a weirdly short loop, but oh well. Hello everyone and welcome to Let's Play StarTropics 2 Zoda's Revenge. I've been meaning to get to this for a while. I just kept on getting distracted by other things to do. Did the first game, actually how long ago was that? It's probably been about 5 years now. January of 2018. So yeah, by the time this gets uploaded, that will have been 5 years ago. That's completely accidental. Let's just start by getting ourselves the usual name and see how this story actually starts off besides that weirdly wordy intro in Chapter 1. Hi, I'm Mike. How have you been? That's good. I'm back in Seattle. Do you remember my uncle? I probably should, but no. Probably not. It's been a while. Maybe you should read the manual to understand. My uncle is Dr. Jones, the tropical archaeologist. We call him Dr. J. Now he's in Seattle busy decoding the rest of that cipher from the tropics. He spends all his time reading like crazy trying to break the code. Mike, can you hear me? Mike, can you hear me? Whoa, Mika? Mika? Where are you? No answer from her. Mike, pick up the phone. I'm just kidding, I'm using telepathy. Telepathy? Wow, too cool. Mike, remember my father Hirokon, leader of the lost planet Argonia? He spoke to me in a dream. Was it a cat I saw? Was it a rat I saw? I wonder what it means. I can't talk anymore today. That's all for now, Mike. Helpful, I guess. Bye. Mika, wait! Disconnected? Was it a cat I saw? Was it a rat I saw? I'd better ask Dr. J. I'm busy, very, very busy. Tough, tough, very tough. This cipher is tough. Maybe, well, getting warmer? Almost, no. I'm busy, very, very busy. Dr. J, Uncle Steve. Oh, Mike, it's you. What are you doing here? We tell the story. Mika, blah, blah, Hirokon, blah, said, blah, cat, blah, rat I saw. Hirokon said, was it a cat I saw? Was it a rat I saw? Was I tack I t saw? Was I tar a t saw? Get it? Oh, what? No. Was it a cat I saw? Was it a rat I saw? Was it a cat I saw? Was it a rat I saw? Was it a cat I saw? Was it a rat I saw? Was it a cat tissa? Was it a rat tissa? Was I tech a tissa? Was it tar a tissa? Was a tech a tissa? Was a tar a tissa? Get it? Okay. You're too much, man. Oh god, my brain's overloading. I can't read that much. Oh god, yeah, sure, I get it. Reverse, exactly. Hirokon's telling us to reverse the cipher. Aha! Let's see if this works. Mike, give me the Oxford Wonderworld. That's it there. Ah, here it is. Now to read the strange words of the cipher. Pa 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 mau mau. Is it pa 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 mau mau? Oh god, my eyes. Mike, wait, stop it! Stop! And thus the plot actually begins. 6 minutes in, sure, but that's one hell of a setup, I'll give him that. We appear. What happened? Where am I? Wow, it's like being in a sci-fi movie. We gotta keep moving. We decide to look around. Like StarTropics 1, the chapters are broken into 2 separate sections. The overworld section, we're just walking around talking to people. The ground has many holes ahead. They're hidden by snow. Watch your step. And then actual dungeon areas. In fact, I'm avoiding the first dungeons right now. Hidden throughout this snowfield that has a slightly different texture, there are pitfalls you can fall into that are small, like 2-screen dungeons that are meant to serve as tutorials. I just used a map to get past them, though, because I'm not memorizing that shit ever. I am a caveman I am. Thankfully, unlike StarTropics 1, basically every single chapter in this game, you don't need to talk to everyone in, because that was a whole ordeal in the first game. Due to how they set up flagging, you needed to talk to every NPC at any village or town in order to actively progress the plot. There's maybe only one instance of that in this game, period. However, it is important we talk to this guy over here on the left. I'm Tink. I make tools from bones and stones. Mike, try using my axe. And we've got the first real weapon in the game, the axe. Ba-da-da-da. You say we have money? I don't know what money means. We cavemen just say thank you. I say our first real weapon because in the case you fall into those dungeons in that snowfield prior to this, there are stones you can pick up to use as throwing weapons. But those are only in the dungeons here, really in the first chapter, and they are ammunition-based weapons rather than the axe, which is just permanently with us for the rest of the game, basically. He's Picasso, a great artist, and I'm his buddy. We tried to fight Yum Yum. It was terrible. Picasso's not said a word since. Oh, poor Picasso. See his paintings on the wall? I wonder if he's trying to tell us something. Maybe he is. In fact, I wonder if these symbols on the wall mean anything. Maybe you should write down the order those are in, no matter what. Even though I believe it's a set order, you should still write it down because no way you're going to remember all that off the top of your head. Well, you could. I wouldn't, though. There is usually one NPC you need to talk to in every section, though. In this case, it's this old man up here. Ah, Mike, you come from the south. You must be the one for the prophecy. It says the South Pole reliever would come one day. Are you the one? Sure. A month ago, a man-munching monster Yum Yum gulped down our children. Our best cavemen tried to vein to stop Yum Yum. No more victims. I ask you to drive Yum Yum from our land. Only you, Mike, the South Pole reliever, can save us. Alright, sure. And I believe you do need to talk to him, because if you go towards Yum Yum's cave before talking to him, I think there's an NPC that just blocks you off going, yeah, you need the Elder's permission, or something like that. No luck hunting today. Did you hear the story of Picasso and his son Shorty in the cave? It's too sad to tell. Man, you guys are a really tight-knit community. Good to see it. Yum Yum lives to the north. Better not go there. Is she really gone? Hope you have Tink's axe. And that's them telling you should probably go back and get that, because you can pick up some rocks in this dungeon, but the axe is going to be better to have. And thus we're in the second gameplay type for StarTropics 2, the actual dungeon stuff returning from the first game. But there are some immediate differences. For one thing, Mike controls nowhere near like a tank as he did in the first game. You're no longer locked to invisible tiles. You can basically have any amount of free movement in the ground you're on, including diagonal movement in this game, which is honestly a really good boon because most enemies in the game try to attack you based on whether or not you're parallel or perpendicular to them. Being diagonal, most of them don't think about. With that said, jumping is still a little awkward physics-wise. You jump about 2 tiles forward, you need to be careful because if you jump into a pit or water, that is still instant death, and lives are limited. I want to say you have infinite continues, maybe. But honestly, it's been a while since I got a game over in StarTropics 2. Not only are lives more numerous in this game, my experience, but it's just in general an easier game than StarTropics 1. Admittedly, the diagonal movement does most of that heavy lifting on its own. Now, a moment ago, we got a magic potion. Magic potions, like StarTropics 1, restore 5 hearts when you use them. You use them by pressing start and then scrolling down to use them. Real good strat just to save some time down the line. If you're at the end of a dungeon and you're not at full health, just use whatever potions you have, because your health does not restore at the end of every dungeon, usually only very specific ones. Now, the room I got the potion in, though, you may have noticed the door wasn't there initially. By and large, there are 2 types of rooms in StarTropics 2. Ones that have doors that open based off killing all the enemies, and ones that have doors that open based off you doing some sort of puzzle in the room. That comes down to usually either hitting a specific wall with a specific item, or, like in StarTropics 1, jumping on panels, but we're not going to see the panels for a little bit yet. For Dungeon 1 here, my best advice is to stay diagonal and understand the distance that your axe actively has, because it's very limited. It only goes about 2 tiles away from you in any given direction, so you're pretty limited in terms of where you can stand to actively hit enemies. Whereas enemies, while they don't have projectiles at this point, they're probably going to be moving a lot faster than you think they're going to be, especially if you get directly in their line of sight, where they'll generally try to charge at you. And don't let the bears touch you, because they will do about a heart and a half, 2 hearts in most cases. In fact, be careful of a lot of the enemies' reach, because especially if they're ones that have an outright attack like the bears tend to, their sprite for their attack is probably longer than you think it is. Be careful. Now, up to this point, this dungeon's been relatively straightforward action, but after this we're taking a quite literal left turn. We're gonna have 3 pathways in every single room with a matching shape to it: circle, triangle, and squares. You need to take the order of shapes that Picasso had back on that cave wall, which I believe is pretty universally circle, circle, triangle, square, circle, square, triangle. I don't think that ever changes, but it might. If you take the wrong way, you're taken to a room with a staircase that leads out to the left of the entrance of the area. So you have to play through all the way again to get back to here. A little annoying. The game's kind of a fan of doing that a couple of times. Overall, StarTropics 2 is nowhere near as cruel a game as StarTropics 1 could be, so you don't have to worry about nearly as much stuff like that happening. But it likes to do some stupid stuff every here and there, essentially. And we found more boars. But we're coming up on the boss fight, and there's 2 ways you could fight it. This is Yum Yum. Stand in front of him and just mash B into him until he dies. He is actively eating that boar, which distracts him long enough that you can basically kill him before he gets any real attacks out there. But in the case you let him start attacking, he fires bubbles forward in a spread gun kind of formation from Contra. So you have to jump over those or just dodge and weave between them. Harder to do if you don't let him eat that boar. Wow, we've done it! And after every dungeon your points are tallied up, it doesn't matter whatsoever. And I want to say they fixed the problem from StarTropics 1 where it sometimes gets lower the more you kill. Not that it really matters. Thank you, I'm Shorty. You really showed him, Mike. We would have been gulped for sure. Yum Yum is trying to fatten us up. For his supper! You're Picasso's son! I'm sure he'll talk again. Now hurry back and surprise your parents. Go on, hurry. Well, that plot resolved rather quickly. That might be a pattern throughout the game. In fact, keep it in mind and, what the? We've got a block! Huh. I guess we've just got a block. Guess let's head on east and see if anything happens at least. Ah, a dead end. My favorite. Ah! Mike, can you hear me? Mike, can you hear me? Oh, I found you. Mike, I've been looking everywhere. Dr. J told me what happened. Mike, listen, you've traveled back in time. My father, Hirocon, must have known something might happen. I'm sure Hirocon wanted you to find the mystic tetrads. The tetrads were hidden on Earth somewhere in time. They're the legacy of the Argonians. Mike, please help us find the Tetrads. Do you understand? Yeah, I guess I do. I can't talk anymore today. That's all for now, Mike. Bye. Mika, wait! Disconnected. Tetrads? What's a Tetrad? Wait, look at the block! That's it, I already have a Tetrad. We've got a Tetrad! But that's not all that's gonna happen. Because we got our first Tetrad and beat that dungeon, our total health is gonna be increased by 2 hearts. It increases by 2 hearts twice in the game, every other time it increases by 1 heart. You decide to use the Oxford Wonder Roll again. We turn the page and say the magic words. Pa pa pa, pa pa ma wow. Whoa, this is radical! Totally dated lingo, gnarly! And thus chapter 3 begins. Huh? Where am I? Wow, pyramids! A sphinx? This has gotta be Egypt! We decide to look around. Welcome to chapter 3, which I always think is chapter 2 because the beginning cutscenes of the game should not be their own chapter, but they are, so oh well. Now, I should note, the Tetrads are called the Tetrads, but only in the original NES release. If memory serves, in the Virtual Console release, they're called, like, magical blocks because they're just straight up meant to be Tetraminos from Tetris. I'm Jack, a jack of all trades. I'll trade you for my bronze dagger, okay? Sure. If we come through that little secret passageway and find this guy, we can get a dagger, which increases our attack strength by a full point of damage. And it also lets us throw our dagger a little bit further from memory as well. You'll get one of those no matter what, but you get it a little earlier if you go through that passageway. This is our queen's barge, you know. Egypt's the Nile's gift. I guess we gotta enter the barge. I think you do need to talk to one of these NPCs in order to actively progress before you actively even enter the main part of the barge. So make sure that, I guess, still talk to everyone. Honestly, talking to people in this game is a lot easier than it was in the first game just because the dialogue scrolls faster. And there's nowhere near as much weird stickiness with the dialogue boxes. Please enter. The queen expects you. Bow down in the presence of the queen. Don't ask me anything. I'm just a snake. I am Cleopatra, queen of the Nile. What brings you to my barge? We tell the story, blah blah, seeking Tetrads, blah, traveling, blah blah. I may be able to help you. I know of this Tetrad and I could take you to it for a price. Do you like pizza? I love pizza, it's my favorite. I ordered a large pepperoni and it's taken way too long. It's been 3 days already! Why must they keep their queen waiting? It makes me so angry! Bring me my pizza and I will take you to the Tetrad. And hold the anchovies, okay? Alright, sure. And you need to see that cutscene because you can't access the dungeon towards our northeast without seeing it. But with that, I'm gonna need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 2, we're gonna explore the rest of chapter 3 and see whereabouts we explore within the wide expanses of Egypt's deserts. See you guys then.